All right, so today we're going to be doing biology 102. Basically, comes after introductory biology. This is the second biology course. We're starting with evolution of origin and species. So first, evolution. What is evolution? Evolution is a population's change genetically over generations. Evolution is not like changing immediately. Like, you can't have a circle and then the circle turns into a fucking square, and then over like a course of like, this is the same organism. That is not evolution. Evolution is when the circle has a fucking baby circle which is slightly less round, and then that baby circle has another circle which is even slightly less more round, until evolution creates that thing into a fucking square. That's what evolution is. So evolution is a change in allele frequencies in a population over time. You're going to ask me, what the fuck is an allele? And alleles are a different version of a gene. You're going to ask me, what the fuck is a gene? So first, let me explain this pretty simply to you. Everyone knows what DNA is. DNA, that's a chopped ass DNA, but we all know what DNA is. It's the fucking helix thing right here. It's basically the book. DNA, imagine DNA is the book of all like the genetic information you have. Then you have genes. Genes are the recipes in this book. Genes. Genes are the recipe inside the book. Then alleles are the different versions of that recipe. So an allele is like, I'm going to put A for allele. And I'll say allele 1 and allele 2. So allele 2 is a different recipe, and this is going to make a cupcake. And then allele 1 is going to make a lasagna. That's a lasagna. So that's what alleles are. Alleles are different versions of genes. Genes are the recipes, and they are like, let's say you want to make a recipe for eye color. Genes would be what would determine that. So you can have an allele for a blue eye color. Blue eye color, let's pretend this is now blue eye color. Allele for a blue eye color, or an allele for a red eye color. This is what alleles are. And evolution, like I said, evolution is the change in allele frequency over time in a population. So if you have more blue recipes over time, then you're gonna have more blue. You're gonna have more blue eyes. And so the more common this is, or less common blue eyes are, is the allele frequency. That's basically evolution. How common a trait is. How do we know evolution happened? How do we actually determine this? So let's say you have red eyes. Imagine each of these dots is an organism with red eyes. It's like a rabbit with red eyes. Let's say it's a rabbit with red eyes. And then you have a bunch of blue, and a bunch of rabbits with blue eyes. Just count that. There's 4 of each. But let's say over time, this is generation 1. And then let's go to generation 2. Now you have 5 with red eyes and only 3 with blue eyes. And then the next generation, you have even more with red eyes and even less with blue eyes. That is a change in the allele frequency, the red allele frequency, which is evolution. There's more over time than there is blue over time. So that was evolution right there.